Welcome back to Old Chales. Today we are talking about the 20-cent coin from 1976 and why collectors are paying attention to it right now. This coin was produced by the which began striking decimal coins after the big currency change in 1966 when Australia moved away from pounds and shillings to dollars and cents. The 20-cent coin quickly became one of the most used coins in everyday life because of its size and value. The 1976 issue features the famous platypus design on the reverse. Created by the platypus is one of the most unique animals in the world, and it represents Australian wildlife in a very strong way. On the obverse side you will see the portrait of which was standard on Australian coins of that era. Now let us talk about value, because this is what most collectors want to know. The face value is 20 cents, but the collector value depends on condition, rarity and demand. If you have a coin that is heavily circulated with scratches and where it may only be worth a little above face value, sometimes around half a dollar in Australian terms. However, if your coin is in very fine condition with clear details and minimal wear, the value can increase to a few dollars, and if you are lucky enough to own an uncirculated example, meaning it looks almost new with full shine, then the price can go even higher, sometimes reaching $10 or more depending on the market. There are also special cases to watch for, such as errors or unusual minting variations. These are rare, but if found they can significantly increase the value. Collectors are always searching for coins with off-center strikes, double strikes or other unique features. Another important factor is mintage numbers. The 1976 20-cent coin had a relatively high mintage, which means millions were produced. This keeps the coin common compared to rare issues, but demand from beginner collectors still keeps it interesting. When selling this coin, online platforms like or local marketplaces can help you reach buyers. Clear photos and honest descriptions are very important to get the best price. The story of the Australia 20-cent coin begins with a major change in the country's monetary system known as. Before this time, Australia used pounds, shillings and pence, which was considered complicated for everyday transactions. In 1966 the nation officially adopted the decimal system, introducing dollars and cents to simplify trade and modernize the economy. With this change, the was established in to produce the new coins domestically instead of relying on overseas mints. The 20-cent coin became one of the key denominations introduced at that time, designed to be larger and easily distinguishable for the public. The reverse design of the coin features the platypus, a unique native animal chosen to represent Australia's rich wildlife. This design was created by whose work defined the look of many Australian decimal coins. The platypus symbolized national identity and natural heritage, making the coin instantly recognizable. On the obverse side the coin carries the portrait of reflecting Australia's status as a constitutional monarchy within the. Over the years different portraits of the Queen have appeared on Australian coins, marking different stages of her reign. By 1976 the 20-cent coin was already well established in circulation. During this period Australia was experiencing economic growth and increasing modernization. Coins like the 20-cent piece were widely used in daily life, from public transport to small purchases, making them an essential part of the economy. The 1976 issue itself was produced in large numbers, which is why it remains common today. However, its historical importance lies in representing the early decades of Australia's decimal currency system. Collectors often value it not for rarity but for its connection to a transformative period in the nation's financial history. Over time the 20-cent coin has remained in circulation with only minor design updates, especially to the portrait of the monarch. The platypus design has stayed largely unchanged, showing its lasting cultural significance. Today the Australia 20-cent 1976 coin stands as a small but meaningful piece of history. It reflects a time when the country embraced modernization while preserving its identity through symbols like native wildlife and royal heritage, making it